This is a Manticore game on Glacier. Platooned with Frankie, who's trying to 3-mark his 183. Glacier, the north east spawn. Um, Whereas previously I used to go to F5 and try to, spot the crosshair, spot the base. Problem is escape from that is a little hard. They have something like an SDB or a Kronwagen that just poke up here and put a clip into you, and Bob's your uncle. Instead, I'm going to try to play the area around this little hot spring pool, or whatever you want to call it. It looks almost like a hot spring with the funky colors. Um, I don't do the exact correct approach. I usually try to approach it from around. See, I hit, but I like to sort of go through behind this rock. If I'm spotted on approach, I will get behind the rock before my sixth goes, just as my sixth goes off. Anyway, I see 3 tanks trying to push this lane. And my decision not to go middle is vindicated, as these tanks would have just chewed me alive, and the EBR would have taken hill and just shot behind me. Immediately, I start racking up spotting as the E4 and AE takes some damage. AE keeps pushing. AE gets lit. AE is down to a 2-shot. AE is down to a 1-shot, and goodbye. He still knows an E4 here. T30 is still there. 6 or 7 tanks middle. There's a T30 he's trying to get out. EBR's on the hill. IS-7's there, and probably a bunch of TDs at base. We've already bled them 2400 HP. T30 is being missed. Emil is farming our north. T30 takes another hit. EBR was farming our north. Kron's got middle. Middle is completely wide open. We have a Kron and a Kunstpanzer sitting at base. And north is unclear what's going on there right now. It isn't looking good. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 versus 3 tanks maybe. E3 is in no man's land over here. Now what needs to happen, I can't make this happen. The object 430, it looks like Frank is encouraging them, is pushing up. North looks more and more iffy as they just overload it. But what we need to do is we need to clear these 2 tanks. And we need to take control of this area. And then I need to get out of here and start covering the exit from sort of this general vicinity. Or maybe here or here somewhere. I still have an EBR alive. That's going to be problematic because he can just do runs underneath and light me. But let's see. Let's see what this 430 sees. I'm going to try to get a little bit more spotty here. I'm relatively comfortable, but we need to make things happen. I'm going to move to this bush here, see if I can spot anything. 430 is going in. There's a Foch lit right there. Perfect. That's precisely what I wanted. He gets spotted behind a bush using CVS. And he goes down hard. It's 1 more tank down. E4 goes down. The 430U is keeping him. I'm going to move up and try to help expedite the death of the 430Us. T30's back there, so not much you can do. I'm lit, but I'm relatively safe. I have that house between me and the STP. I said it already smacks me. But, it's a blessedly small hit and I can get out. Okay. They have the middle, they have the CBR, T30 here. Okay. I know the CBR looks like he's going to try to make a loop here. Derp that shot badly. EBR does take a big hit. He's down to 545. But now he's just going to get behind this E3, who's just stuck in no man's land. Luckily, we're even on tanks, down on HP. down on position because we'll have lost this whole area. We'll have essentially a third of the map. E3 goes down. Don't needed to shoot just a second earlier. Thought my shell velocity was a bit faster than what it was. It's only 1375. No, 1600. It's not a leopard. 430U is pushing, at least holding that position at bay. He's just taken a big hit. He's down to a one shot. It's probably like these tanks here that are holding him at bay. Our T-30 is bleeding from the SDB middle. And our Kron took a hit from the EBR who got out. I'm going to try to get a shot into this EBR. And that was just an unlucky RNG shot. That should have hit that EBR. Yeah, he stopped, but I wasn't loaded yet. Now we're down 3 tanks. We're down 2300 HP, and we're badly down position. There's 3 tanks pushing on this Kron, but he manages to pick one of them off. We're keeping ourselves interested. We're keeping ourselves in the fight. It's not lost yet, but it's not lost yet, but it's looking iffy. I'm going to just try to start scavenging damage here. He doesn't have very much ammo. It doesn't have very much DPM, but every time I can land a shot, it'll make a difference. It'll make a difference to try to keep this HP as even as possible. I can pick off some tanks as well. That didn't go where I wanted it to go. T-30 goes down. STB and E50 are now in our face. Conqueror is there. Frankie just punches out the STB. Our Kunstpanzer has decided a 1v2 is his kind of a fight. I don't quite have a shot on the KPZ and he gets out, but this Conqueror is in a kill shot for me. Really, I need this EBR out because if I get the EBR out, I break out. Kunstpanzer is still somehow alive in that 1v2. Nothing I can do about that. Yeah, wasn't quite able to get me in position to shoot this EBR. Still down 2 tanks, but we're running out of tanks. It's showing us up HP. Most of this HP is with this Kronwagen, who is putting some damage into an E50M. Oh yeah, we're down HP, or up HP, sorry, but down guns. I'm gonna try to keep this HP about as even as possible to do the EBR. The EBR, our 430 is just, I don't know what he's doing. He's just feeding HP to the EBR. I'm gonna see if I can go and get shots, and the EBR runs away. He just sort of relocates every time I get to a place. And I don't want to push into him. Frankie picks up the 113. Now we're down essentially 1 tank short. E50M. I get 1 more into him. Kronwagen is going around. Frankie's reloading and wants to pick this E50M. There he goes. E50M's down. That just leaves EBR, T95, KPZ. Now, EBR's here. These 2 tanks are here. I'm just going to go ahead and take middle. There's an RD shot come out. We're even on tanks. Hop on HP. Both Frankie and Crown have HP. The T95 is very low. EBR is a 2 shot. KPZ is probably like a 2 or 3 shot. And RD is RD. See if I get if I can spot this EBR here. Get a shot into him. This is in G0, J0. I'm aiming in. The EBR moves forward just as I finish aiming down. he's sort of juking back and forth. I see this T-95. Oh, he's looking right at me. He lights me because he is only at a couple of 100 meters. Maybe he has binos or something like that. He burns through my camo. So I don't want to get shot by this EBR, so I drift away. And I'm gonna go around and try to pick the T-95 from here. I need this cron to come behind and cover me. They already just fired at Frankie. I'm gonna try to see if I can spot this area. There they are. Bounce the T-95. KPZ has HP, but he takes a hit. And down goes the T-95. KPZ takes another hit. Oh, and the ABR forgets how to drive and gives me a free shot. Now I pull back here, reload. Now I have a cron covering me. KPZ's here, so they both want to push me. But I think I have a cron covering me. Trade one hit with the EBR. The EBR gets a free shot. The account funds and the EBR gets a free shot into me. KPZ misses. I don't know what this cron is doing. He's missing his shots. Just needs to load a clip and come and finish these two guys off. Frankie's coming. He says he's going to develop a shot on this KPZ. You can see, there he goes. That should be the end of it. EBR misses. I don't. Frankie's at 6 kills. I'm at 2. He's searching for marks, so he wants me to spot the Artie so he can finish him off. Artie just fired at the cron. So I have about 40 seconds before he reloads. There he is. And the only reason I'm not going in is I'm waiting for Frankie to give him some damage. I lost track at that point in time. I probably could have gone in because he had fired at about 20 seconds prior to that, so I probably had 10 more seconds. But Frankie says, "I just go get him. Let's finish this off and move to the next game." See a tree go down there. That means it's my cue to go in. There's the Artie. Get a shot into him, and Frankie finishes him off. And that's that. So what you see is what you get. 3,330 damage, 5,320 assist, 2 kills for me. I had 5 spots. I had patrol duty. Frankie was in a 183. He got 5k damage. He got 7 kills. I had 1186 base for this game. And, we were squeezed into a corner, but a little bit of vision, a little bit of ability backed by a big gun, we're able to pull this game out. On Glacier, which is truly not a terrible light tank map, especially not mid to late game, where the map does open up and there's plenty of interesting vision angles that can be used. Their EBR just didn't do a great job of digging us out with vision. And I was able to, if not counter him, prevent him from doing the most effective things he could. So that was that. That was a Manticore win from Glacier Nordspan. Thank you for watching.